My name's Ellie, welcome to my channel, and today I want to do a look with the Carli Bybel Anastasia Beverly Hills collab. I have only really used it so far to blend out the edges of other shades. I haven't used it for a full look out of it, and I want to see what happens. I'm aiming for Bybel and maybe a little boy with mandala and probably OA on the lid. I have a plan. We'll see what happens. We did Color Week, and I've acquired several palettes, and I don't think I've done a lot with them yet. So I'm trying to do something with that. Do some more one palette looks. I made a Franken bronzer since I'm about to finish up the Bare Minerals one I was panning. I have another Tarte one that I was thinking about pulling in, but I also really kind of wanted to see what I could do with some of the ones in my collection that are too warm. I was experimenting with cooling them down with some gray shadow and contour powder, and I think I did a good job. We will find out once it dries and I actually try it on my face. We actually have sunlight today. I'm quite excited for that. Yeah, it's another day in quarantine. Gonna take a little bit for smoothing out my edges. These do blend really well. Anastasia does very nice, pretty matte shades. If this ends up staying so soft and pretty, I might not need to deepen it. It's like a slightly deeper version of one in the Modern Renaissance. This is a very flattering shade for me, I do believe. Oh, it's so pretty. I gotta stop adding to it. Putting it down. I want to try OA and see how it's so glittery that I don't know how well it's going to stick to the lid. Not great, but it is there. That's what I'm gonna do. These brushes that come in the palettes, that firm part can be surprisingly good for buffing things in. Yeah. They do a good combination of picking up enough pigment and having enough density to really press it in. Yeah. So, most of the time I don't like the brushes they put in palettes, but the Anastasia ones, since they're all the same, they do a pretty good job with that flat packy brush. And a surprising amount of the glitter is actually sticking to the lid, since it's kind of a shimmer with glitter bits in it. I am going to smudge a little bit of it. Just so that we match on the lower lash line. And then we will go in and put mandala on the main part of my lid. I'm really hoping this doesn't end up weird. It's a very pretty color. I just don't know how well it's going to play with the rest of the shades in this palette. It's just more vibrant. Like, it's very... Let me show you. Like, it's a very strong shift, and like the base is more pink than the other shades, and the frosty purpleness is more bright than the other shades. So I don't have, it's pretty, I don't have a ton of plans about how I would expect it to play into looks. It seems to be going well with this one. Let's see if we can blend them nicely. Ooh. When you tap it over OA, you get just a lot more of that blue reflect, which is quite pretty. I think that works quite well. I guess we'll use Boli. I don't know how I picked a look with just all the ones that I don't know how to pronounce. But this is a good highlighting shade, at least it should be. I was expecting a little more. That's not very reflective at all. Okay. I don't like that. I'm surprised that that doesn't have more pigmentation going into it. But that's fine. I'll just use the highlighter. Like, it's soft and cute, but it's not enough. So I'm going into Blue Ice, and we're gonna amp that up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Quick blendy blend, and then the eyes are done. That was real quick. There's fallout, but overall, that was fast. Let's see if I can get rid of the fallout nicely. So, a good chunk of the fallout is glitter. So if you don't have a bunch of excess powder down, I'm expecting you would have a lot of glitter on your face. That's not normally a problem I have. If I have extra glitter on other parts of my face, I don't see it as a horrible thing. But to each their own. I guess we just gotta do the rest of my face now. I'm really sad about that one shade, that the inner corner highlight I tried that did not work. I'm very sad about that. I may have to repress this tiny sliver of that into something in the middle where I can reach it. But that seems kind of silly because I'm almost done with it. But it's also very annoying to kind of like swirl down into one side and hope that I'm getting the brushes evenly coated. I'm really excited about my Franken bronzer once it dries. I think I did a good shade choice. Because most of the bronzers that come in stuff like, I was taking the bronzer out of the Tarte Pineapple of Your Eye. Because I've tried it and it's real orange. It's so orange on me. And it might be much more reasonable for people who have deeper skin or have more yellow tones in their skin, whereas I have a lot of pink. So like a rosier bronzer would do well as opposed to a orangey bronzer. But I also have that contour shade that I never use that I got from Nabla. It's a good shade, I just never use it because I don't care enough. And I had a gray single, so I mixed bits and pieces of the three to hopefully have a nice, cool bronzer shade. And then I pressed it into one of the, what used to be, I think, Cabana Boy. Cabana Boy is a bronzer in the Balm of Your Hand from Balm Cosmetics. Since that's the next blush I'm using, thought it would be smart to pop that pan back in and have blush and bronzer in the same spot. I'm quite excited. Because that moves my bronzer options a little wider, since I have that one and I have one in the Juvia's Place palette, which I would also like to do the blushes in the Juvia's Place palette at some point. But the bronzer in there is very warm as well, because I am a corpse face. Very corpsey. Need lots of gray. Franken blush. I think I'm gonna get this today. I believe in myself. Even if I don't get it, I might knock it loose. I can just, because you end up like shoving it down in the corner trying to get that last little piece out, and then hoping that in your craziness to try and get it out, there we go. You don't put way too much pigmentation on your brush. Luckily, I am back to using a loose powder to set my foundation because I panned my last pressed powder, which means it's a lot more forgiving. I got it. Oh no. Got blush powder on my white dress, but used it. You get a little extra when you're nearing the end of panning something you've been panning for a very long time. That's a close to 2-year product I was working on. So seeing it go away is really, really fun. And then you start thinking about the other stuff you can start pulling into your rotation since you panned your blush. And I've been planning my next blush for, honestly, a very, very long time. And now that that is almost dead, I can see using the new blush, which I'm hoping to get at least some usage of it in during spring, because it's a good spring blush. Because then once I have all that together, I will have this very pretty spring blush and this little like duochrome topper for when we get into summer. I have goals, and I'm very excited for them, and I'm gonna start getting to do things, because panning is a lot of doing the same thing over and over again, and you don't want to do too much out of what you're trying to work on because you will end up with less progress. But it's awesome. I'm also really close to finishing that satin pigment I put on my brow bone. It's getting there. We're getting there. Which, after that's done, I have another one to work on. Trying to keep the brows a little softer since we have the soft eye today. I think it turned out pretty cool. I keep looking at that pan, thinking that I'm gonna be like, get close to hitting a corner soon. No. Nowhere near any progress on that, and that's just gonna take years and years and years, because that's what I've been using for 2 to 3 years now. Oh no, I way overdrew that. Oh no. It's fine. We're gonna clean it up with the spoolie in a second anyway. The spoolie blending is important. They'll do. I'm also really close on this one. Can you see it? Nope, a little bit. getting very excited to finish up a couple things I'm panning and then move on to the other standard boring part of it that I'm also panning. In the spirit of that, I'm going to try and use Pink Heart, since I think I only have a couple of uses left, and I'd be really excited to start May with a whole other product used up. And the soft pinkiness is I think it's a good choice for this look. They're going kind of romantic-y. Should I just... I think we're just going to go way too hard and use it up. So I am sorry for the white cast y'all are about to see on my cheeks. I have a blush plan. I know, it's not nearly as fun for you guys to watch me dig around and finish things, but yeah, you can definitely see the white cast that happens. So I'm gonna place some blush over top, or at least just a little bit of what's left on there. And then that is all of Pink Heart, because when you repress it in, it's pretty loosely in the pans. Nope, that's the wrong one. I'm going to take just a little bit more blush to top the highlighter and hide that white cast. Good thing that that worked, because I have not done that really before, and I was hoping for good results. Okay, that will have to do. Set in the face. Feeling still very delicate and soft. Yeah, I really need to get a new fan. I got the other fan and then I broke it. And this fan has one little spindle that moves freely. Could probably do with gluing. Could probably glue that back into place. But it is not a helpful spindle. It doesn't stay where I want it to or do what I want it to. I'm trying to think of what the plans for the rest of the week are. I want to do more, like palette focus, one palette look things. But also, like 3 of my recent purchases were Anastasia. I don't really want to do Anastasia week. Like we can do that another time. Yeah, I gotta stop messing with those 2 outer lashes. Oh. was thinking of mixing new and old palettes, but some of the older palettes I want to use are also Anastasia palettes. And I'm just not committed to ABH week this week. I don't know. When I pick a theme, it's easier because I know what I'm trying to work within, whereas not having any workplace requirements or dress code restrictions for like 6 weeks now. It's just kind of been anything goes. Which, since I have so much makeup, is a little bit of analysis paralysis. Too many choices, meaning you can't make a choice at all. And I realized I was doing a lot of Cliana shadows, which I love them. But hearing me say the exact same things about Cliana shadows over and over again and just gushing about how much I love them is probably not fun for everybody. I am aware of that. But there's just... you kind of don't pay attention, and then all of a sudden a brand has taken over your collection. Like, Anastasia took over my highlighters for a while. I had the Moonchild Glow Kit, I had the Aurora Glow Kit, I had the Sweets Glow Kit, the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, the Magic Glow Kit, and the Amrezy highlighter. I've decluttered some and lost one. I lost the Aurora, or I gave it to somebody. I don't remember it, so it's just not there anymore. I gave away the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit because it was a better match for my friend's skin tone than mine. So I'm down to Moonchild, which is being finished soon, Sweets, and Magic. But even then, I think that's still more highlighters, pans in her formula than any other formula. I'm using this gloss again, Pout from Bare Minerals, because I liked it. It was nice. I think it's a good match for the lightness. I think that works quite well. I take my hair down. Hope that it has not set funny, because it's dirty today. I showered, but I did not clean my hair. I just conditioned it, which makes for hair that's very greasy up here. I need to get one of those brushes and start doing that, like, so many brush strokes a day to disperse your hair grease. But that is the look. I think it's quite nice. The lashes are all kinds of wonky, but it's a cute look. I think this is a very nice, very light, soft, romantic palette type thing. We'll try some other stuff eventually. There's a lot of glitter fallout from this one, but it's pretty. And then I need to eventually use Jody, the one next to it, to see how different they are. Because when I was looking at this palette originally, I was like, it's pretty, and these are nice soft mattes. The golds are nothing new, and these three are just really similar in tone. Like, I could see keeping these two, but this one made me very confused because they just looked like the same and then plus glitter. Let's do a quick swatch so we can compare, because they're super similar. Yeah, like, I would not have put those in the same palette, especially one that also has that. Like, they're not different enough on the eyes, in my opinion. It looks like OA is a bit deeper and does a nice job, but I would not have put them all in the same palette. So I was worried that I wouldn't reach for it, although they are tones that I like. And now that I know I can make soft, quick looks, well, decently quick, I'm so sad about Boli. That's just not a good, it did nothing good. But this is the look. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow for a different look with a different palette once I figure out what we're doing, because I want to do palettes this week. And that's about all I know. Stay safe.